Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Interesting one there by Lord Shorty. I had to really take it in again. You know, the catch line, money ain't no problem, taken from Eric Williams as well, the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. But money is not a problem until it is a problem. And if you have money and it is not managed well, trust me, it becomes a problem. That is the position that we all too often find ourselves in. We lean heavily on the blessings of oil and gas now, wealth, and we undermine our levels of productivity and put ourselves in a position where money becomes a problem. And we must identify this boom and bust that we have been going through, and we must find ways to make ourselves stronger and more stable. You see, in the volatile political climate that we are in, we have to be considerate towards the political decisions that we make and the impact if we are interested to continue in governance, which most politicians are usually interested, till right down till they lie down, right? But also decisions and culture must be shaped in a way that empowers your people, that strengthens your society in a real way. That is thoroughly essential. And yesterday I was having a little chat with some individuals, some people, and we were mentioning that if you don't learn to work, if you don't learn how to make that effort to progress, to take care of yourself in one way or the next, if you don't get the skills, if you don't have the drive, if you do not appreciate that work, you're putting out that effort, you are doomed. You will never be able to move out of whatever situation you are in. You will always be dependent. So that first tool, that first brick in an individual, that desire, that enjoyment, that drive to work has to be present. And we have seen too often that cultures and organizations have destroyed that will. We're not talking about those who are absolutely vulnerable, who need assistance, but that economic vulnerability is something that we should move. We need to work towards removing that. We need to give these basic skills to our population. We need to do the hard job of reshaping again, where it's not to just go and sign and then go home and sleep. That destroying the capacity of an individual to even grow. And of course we had Calypsonians who they capitalized on the concepts that exist, and tremendous artists who sang Worthless, and it cannot be that is a mantra in the way that we operate. Worthless. And I've also continuously said that leadership is identifying these endemic issues, these cultural misgivings that we have sided towards, and taking steps to curb, to change, to make Trinidad better. And I am one to even look long term. So you may find that some of these old habits are difficult to deal with. Difficult to deal with in this time when the older people are ingrained and seasoned in a certain behavior. But we must save our children. We must identify the issue. We must take those who are outside of that backward culture, because there are people in Trinidad and Tobago, good morning Trinidad and Tobago, and all those people who put in that work, who are driven. The beast, it has some beast. Good morning to you all. Good morning to my barber. Right? He come to mind one time. Put in those hours. Never say no. Get it done. Organized. Just an example. I mean, I could give others, right? But that is what we need to reshape into our children. I want to say I give up on some of the elders, right? But if we could help them to help themselves, that would be positive. One positive action, a positive extra half an hour, concerted focus and effort for a short period of time by a collective can achieve tremendous things. Imagine everybody putting in a 15 minutes more of productivity, more of focus. How much that value accumulates too. And for some of us who have had the opportunity to travel, and we could understand, we have seen where other people are, I don't want to, multiple times more productive. This has to be one of our greatest challenges, that changing of the negative aspects of our culture. We cannot accept certain things because it will carry us into peril. We cannot accept the levels of violence and crime between ourselves. It is not normal, and we have to fight to remove it as a norm in our culture. So let us seek to strengthen ourselves. Let us call on on the Almighty to give us that strength to change ourselves, to make that greater effort, and to feel good about it. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about our sweat. Feel good to achieve, to produce. Here's a boss. Thanks. Hey. Because everyone gravitates towards those who achieve. We go into the news. I know we had some hot topics yesterday, and I know some of them flow over into today as well. The headline about our Prime Minister committing herself to go and lead a team to negotiate with Venezuela. Of course, as that one continues on from the wider story. What? All I don't know that? With grace and with a smile, even after all the little talk. And don't doubt that they'll get it done, you know. Don't doubt that she will get it done. Don't doubt it. And of course, we spoke at length yesterday and explained, you know, how politics works and how global affairs work, and how even business in the Western world, business and the way things are done vary over cultures. But we see this type of negotiation and heavy negotiation emanating and flowing from the United States at this point. This is how it is. And of course we all agree, regardless even of whatever political positions we take, that the people of our nation who need this money that has become a problem for us, we all want this economic progression. We all want the benefits to flow. We all need it, for a matter of fact, because we look forward to our budget. We are very hopeful. We are very hopeful. But we are facing, in this time, challenges, difficulty. It ain't flowing. The place hard. Right? However you express it. But it is tight. And we all want a bit of an easing of the economic belt that we have been told how much times to tighten. Alright, so when we come back, we'll go into it, and we'll even discuss a little bit about what we would like to see in terms of the budget to come. Alright, so we take the break, and we'll be right back. Blessings.
The Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on The Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. What are you doing? Big D, big fun, KFC, so we big on the ground. The big nation, cause you don't know we will be crowned. Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we hold our vibe, and let we join together, because KFC is life. It's a big deal.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Deal.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it.
The safest vet in Trinidad heads to the shores of Pigeon Point, Tobago. Army Vet Tobago. Sirens and Stallions.
Yes, sir.
The undisputed king of events for Tobago Carnival 2024 is back. Bigger, safer, and beachier. On Thursday, 23rd October, from 3 p.m., calling all Sirens and Stallions, march down to Pigeon Point Beach for the biggest lineup for the season. Lyrical.
Like you get so tell me why you're rocking.
Nyla Blackman, Young Brother. IWER George, Mikal Deja.
Everybody charge up. We going higher.
Orphanal, Psy King Ding Dong.
I wanna party.
Dev, J-Del, Whitix. 2025 Soca Champion Sucre, and more. Big DJs, and hosted by the one and only Junior Lee. Beachfront early birds, $250. A Calvary all-inclusive VIP deck, $800. Get them now before they go up. Army Vet Tobago. Thursday, 23rd October. Powered by Awesome Sounds and secured by the Defense Force.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap Gap Pills, and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. PM ready to visit Venezuela. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar says she stands ready to travel to Venezuela and hold negotiation talks on the Dragon gas field. Speaking in the media on her return from the United States on Wednesday night at the Piarco International Airport VIP Lounge, she said Trinidad and Tobago has always stood in solidarity with the people of Venezuela. The Prime Minister said the resurrection of the Dragon gas arrangement was a big win for TNT. Real simple. All they understand how this thing works. Alright, of course, we see also Cal CEO has resigned. See also the headline, fired CPAP contractors mount fight back. We see a student held with cannabis on school compound. Not surprising to me. We have to find some concerted way to make an effort to convince our young people that the use of marijuana is not healthy and positive. Use and abuse for recreational purposes and otherwise. I mean, even cigarettes, to some extent, even now this trend of vaping. I am trying to get into it too much, but the effect and the rate at which young people are using and abusing is challenging, and therefore they're going to have it, so they're going to be with them in school, unfortunately, I hope that they can speak to the children enough so that they can stay away from it. And if somebody starts to abuse, they have to keep using, some of these addictive elements, THC, etc., within these drugs. It calls you, so people, they can't go without it for a short period of time. And if they have developed that habit and addiction, it will cross over into school, etc. Terrible, well, disastrous. And we need to look at that epidemic that we can be facing. Obviously, crime and violence continues to be an issue for us. You see, a teen critical after being beaten and thrown off a building. First time I'm seeing this one, there's some violently shocking news as well for a young person. Good morning. We take the calls in between as well, huh? Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm okay. I have a little issue I want to bring to your attention. There's two things I want to talk about, but I'll make it very quick. Don't worry. The issue I want to bring to your attention is in Port of Spain, people putting cones and chairs and old drum and thing and blocking parking space. And that is against the law. And I find like it's getting worse and the authorities ain't doing nothing about it. Sometimes you see police standing up right by where these people have these blockades, putting up these things, and nothing is being done about it, and it's getting worse. I would like the authorities to please do something, because somebody will get a death one of these days. Because I went to park one day, driving around and getting problem to park, and realized these people had these cones and things blocking spot, and I move it away and park, and me and the person from the store, whoever put it there, we had a big altercation, and it could have been very violent. But anyway, I parked my car and I went about my business, and I came back and nothing had happened to the car or whatever, and I drive off. But that went to cause somebody to get a death one of these days, because what these people are doing is illegal, and it's getting worse, especially on Queen Street. So please, authorities, please check on that, because that is against law. That is something that the police should be charging people for, right?
Right.
Another thing I wanted, yeah, we say?
I say, right, okay.
Yeah, of course, I lost my train of thought with the other. No, maybe what I'll do when I get back my thoughts, I'll call back. I lost my train of thoughts with the other. Oh, yeah. While looking at the breakfast shed, as you know, the breakfast shed closed down.
Oh, yes,
I remember always talking, it closed down, and I always talking about the only time we hear about the Emancipation Support Committee is when coming around to emancipation time, when you know I don't want to go too much in it, but you know what I mean. And after that, nothing. And these are the things that be happening in our country with black people, and you don't hear nothing from the Emancipation Support Committee. So I still asking again, is this Emancipation Committee something for black people, or is it a family business? Do they have election? Who is the president? Who is the treasurer? Who is the secretary? I would like to get information on that, because as far as I concerned, there's a waste of time. So if they have to have election with it, to pick officers or whoever for different position that could make a meaningful contribution to the Emancipation Support Committee and for our race, I welcome that. But in the meantime, I don't know these people. I don't know who is manager, secretary, or if it's a committee, if it's a family business or what. Everybody of other races have all kind of people that will stand up for them. You have the Chinese Association, you have the 1% who taking over everything, right? what going on with us? Who really in our corner? You know, so there is two things that I wanted to bring up this morning because it hurted me. But the one that really hurted me the most is the one with them cones where people putting up and blocking people from parking. And somebody went to get a debt because ignoramus will come out and want to move back a cone and argument go start up just like how I had mine. And something bad will happen one of these days. Police only do all the job. The same year only just give us ticket for parking bad and all this kind of thing. Give people ticket for putting out them cones, and they move the old chair and thing now. When they who in our cone, move the old chair, and you're seeing some of the cones new brands, so it has some new ones coming in the game now. Have a blessed morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. So there would be the instance where proprietors of businesses put the cones or whatever else that they have, you know. Obviously the cones are for those people who are a little more organized, so that they could get the loading and offloading of their goods. Sometimes it's so that they can park their personal vehicles in front of their business places as well. Sometimes it's not that they have not applied or in the past had the police signs as well, but sometimes they're not available. So it's a bit of a, try not to get into confrontation with people. Most important. Hey.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, brother.
Blessed morning.
Blessed morning,
you
brother.
Muslim, you don't celebrate Christmas, but the night are getting cold and the days are getting shorter.
Yeah.
You have an idea when is the budget?
No, I'm not on that pay grade yet. I'm not in that, but soon.
Well, when KFC crying out and asking to tell them to wait until the budget.
Yeah.
Because Christmas come and I need to eat. You know?
Yeah.
Because I see what people eating. I see my girl warrior princess, our old battler. A security, the head of security. She shot at your office.
Serious? I didn't see that one. Wait, have a video?
Yeah, just have your man's foot and neck and all that kind of thing.
Serious? It have a video or what? You was there?
She have videos and thing where she making.
Alright.
So I want the authorities, could the shaman look into that. They see that bulletin, when people go out there and crying out and looking for their bread, sometimes they'll be angry. You know that too for what?
Yeah.
So they can't be going out and die security and disrespect people. And it's black people. Something man out talking about something really wrong with you, because when they come together and open that business, don't breakfast yet. Bless.
Alright, blessings, brother. Thanks. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Ford. How are you, sir?
Hi there, man. Not too bad.
Alright, blessings to you. Just one short comment I want to make concerning our Prime Minister being questioned in the airport when she came back. She had a press conference. And a simple question was asked. It was asked to her by one of the reporters. They asked her if she still considers Mr. Guaido as the president of Venezuela. She says that question does not arise. And it really has me confused, because it was a simple question. Very, very simple. Do you consider Mr. Guaido as the president of Venezuela? That question does not arise. So I am trying to understand where the Prime Minister is going with all this. If it's a game or to her, if it's a joke. Because you as the Prime Minister, the country is looking on. We are listening. We are involved. Even the people of Venezuela, even Mr. Maduro across there, watching all these things going on now. You want to go across there, according to you, form a delegation and go across there. But now that Mr. Maduro across there heard you answer such a question as the question does not arise, what do you think he is thinking? And you want to go across there and negotiate? I don't understand what's going on, Mr. Fuad. I think there's someone on games. She needs to be real and she needs to come out, because the public is watching and we are being confused by some of the answers and some of the statements that she's making. Thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think she has kind of expressed it clearly that regardless of the back and forth with some of the ministers and some of the language that has been spoken, that she supported the intervention of the United States in the region to combat narco-terrorism. She also has taken the clear position that if Venezuela violates or attacks the sovereignty of Guyana, which is a CARICOM member, etc., that she would be willing to allow the U.S. to utilize Trinidad and Tobago. So she's made those points clear, and they would have taken that into consideration as well, the regime in Venezuela. But also she has outlined that, and Mr. Sobers has also done so on a number of occasions, despite the little back and forth talk for people who have been out of their zone and spoken in certain terms, right? She has spoken clearly, and Mr. Sobers has also spoken clearly that we have good relations with Venezuela, and those are our neighbors. Of course, we have drawn a line when it comes to two major issues that are taking place within our sphere. And that's all. That's sufficient. To be honest, Mr. Guaido has long departed from the scene of politics in Venezuela as well. There's a new opposition and other people who would have contested the last election, and from what came out, lost the election, Machado and other people. So, I mean, this is a non-issue. Whoever is the relevant authority at this point in time, and even in non-recognition, there is still recognition of Mr. Maduro, they will deal with. Not just her. And I've labored that point as well, not just her. The United States is dealing with the same person who they are saying is not legitimate as well right now, and conducting billions of dollars in oil business. So let's understand that, right? I understand the political point that people try to make, but let us understand what is taking place as well. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, brother. Morning to you, your listeners. You know, Fuad, I don't want you to get caught up too much trying to defend what is really indefensible, you know, because the last caller, based on what he said, a simple response from the Prime Minister would have been sufficient, even though Guaido out of the picture a long time or what. The pressing question is, does she recognize the person that they are claiming to be involved with narco, whatever? Does she recognize him as the president? And have anybody really and truly have a discussion with the third party that has to be on board with this thing? Or is it just that Trinidad and the US is who running the show, and we determining what's happening in Venezuela?
Yeah, certainly not. Certainly not. And listen to it. You as a man have a little level of understanding. So when a official answers a question in that manner, is because going into the exact response is of no benefit to what is taking place. It does not come into question whether Maduro is seen as legitimate or not. He is the individual who they are going to deal with at this point in time if they're dealing with it. But she does not want to state, if she recognizes or not. You have to understand the importance of being ambiguous at certain times.
I'm not telling you the challenge with that, therefore.
Yeah.
You see, on one hand, there is no putting water in the mouth at all or hiding from saying what they want to say, right? You see, by saying that the question doesn't arise, right, doesn't give any satisfaction to the leadership or the people of Venezuela, right? It is as if they are trying to do a deal without putting all the things on the table is either all you recognize the man or not, right? And the thing is, if you recognize him or you don't recognize him, you still have to have a certain type of relationship to be able to function. But it's as if, based on how we're looking at it from outside, it's as if it doesn't matter what is Venezuela's position, is Trinidad and the US, and we doing whatever. Because I try to understand it. If you are saying all these things about this gentleman, how could you not want to go to Venezuela to have discussions with somebody who you're not recognizing? Or is it that it's somebody else who is dealing with this resources of Venezuela and Maduro has nothing to do with it?
Yeah,
it just not.
It's international, different.
That's why I say a lot of vomit is going to be eaten back up.
Yeah,
a lot of
easy, brother. You would be surprised how easy it is going to take place, and we've seen it time and time again. This is the new normal in negotiations coming out of the Eagle.
Right now, I'm expecting anything because you see these human beings that have power in the world today, they cannot be trusted. I love talking about that.
Yeah, man. I could agree with that as well. And the lines are blowing up. Sorry, I'll try to give everybody the opportunity as well. Good morning, Prezi. All right, I lost him there. Yeah. As I said, and the topic will roll over for a little while because of how important it is to us as a nation, because of how we look at it as laymen as well. If you look at these statements and pronouncements and issues from a layman's perspective, then you are surprised. But this is not something different. Morning.
Good morning, son. How you going?
Hey, morning, Granny. I'm good.
Yeah, man. We believe in God. I believe in God. You believe in God. People believe in God. And anything good can happen for we to get health care in Trinidad. People have thought that sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's serious. We can get help because politics is a hell of a thing. And we can get help from Venezuela. God is good. Thank you, son.
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't need to give the numbers again, right? People weighing in with their views, and time will tell. We're going to come back here and have a conversation about this issue in the not too distant future when it's developed. Good morning, Mr. West.
Morning, Mr. Fuad. Mr. Fuad, you can't be what do you call it, nitpicking?
Yeah.
And I think you have a lot to do. You have a far way to go in terms of educating people with respect to that international politics, international relations. Sometimes they use interchangeably.
Step by step. You know how it is.
Yeah. You have to do it that way. But the point I want to make, I saw somebody make comments with respect to those people at the breakfast shed.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, when people get into business, you've been interacting with those people before you handed over the breakfast shed. Those people, do you provide them with training and support on how to run business and how to run a business and whatnot?
Yeah.
Do they offer them training like you had a hotel school? You could have sent them there and get a little skill and whatnot to help them to manage their business. You just say, well, look, you just come. People have to be trained to manage, especially in this environment where it's highly competitive. They have to be trained. They have to have an understanding as to how to run, how to manage business. And that is what I'm saying. The question of those people, and then they needed that money return to where it is there again. You need those people in charge from time to time to communicate with these people, talk to these people, try to, see what is wrong, how they could assist them. That is what you need.
Yeah, for it to reach where it has reached, something has broken down in between there.
But what you say, that's a general thing in Trinidad and Tobago. People they don't really think about you, They just hold on to that, you hold that, don't give me no problem. I want to hear, but you go and look it like that. But not understanding that, listen, these people are not properly trained to run business and that kind of thing, and therefore you need to help them, provide them with the skills, provide them with the knowledge as to how they can go about, running a successful business. So I hope that this thing is some thought goes into that in the future in terms of whether they would hand it over to those people or whoever it is, right? Another thing I want to talk about, Mr. I don't want to take too much of your time. That has to do, I think, with respect to this, the efficiency and productivity. I heard yesterday somebody spoke about property tax and tax going to regional to pick up garbage. That is the kind of talk that politicians give to them. The issue here is whether, in fact, the business or the corporations are, in fact, managed efficiently and effectively. The issue here is whether, in fact, there is waste, whether there is duplication. You have CPEC doing, some of these people in the regional corporation there, they go in from 8:30 and by 9 o'clock they're gone. You're talking about productivity. These are some of the issues that come in there, and the overall management of the corporation. That is giving you money doesn't mean to say you're going to have an efficient. What you're looking at is the running of an efficient corporation. Do they have the skill? Are they interested in running an efficient? The Port of Spain state it is in. Yesterday, I listened to some program on another station. Sometime I just happened to tune in there, and they were talking about Port of Spain and those people on Charlotte Street. And the police corporal was saying, listen, when we up high up Charlotte Street, the bandits and them down lower. So that calls for management. You telling me that? If you have a long street, when you up there, the other people must play down there. So you need police to patrol the street. You may need a car, you may need a police car patrolling the area, or you may have police, strategically located in different sections of the street, areas within the street. That is not difficult and not rocket science. And if you don't have the amount of people, police officers to do so, speak with your Minister of Local Government, speak with the Minister of Homeland Security. That has been done in the past. So the question is, who could manage effectively? And one thing I want to talk about with respect to that money business, with money, talk about money and property tax and all that. Trinidad it is there. I think it may have come out in the Standard & Poor's report, or probably Mala Dukaran, one of them, and Bobby Basan Paran. Trinidad is one of the most wasteful countries. So it comes back to duplication and all that corruption and all kind of things taking place. Right? So we need to cut out that. So I'm saying that it's not necessarily you giving people money and talk about you have a more efficient service and all that, and people to collect your bin and all that. That is not necessary. So what you need is efficiency. Yes, you may need the money, but are you concerned about the management of the corporation? How efficient it is being managed? That is what you should focus and then talk. Because even for Spain, you have the same mayor say that he has some $18 million he wants to use now to go and buy vehicles, garbage disposal vehicles. So people have to think critically. I'm not just run out and let people tell you things about when they want to pass the legislation, they want people to mobilize behind it and agitate, come out on the street and talk about money for the tax. They want to pass the tax and they're telling you all kind of things to justify. They want to close down Petroton. They say a maid down there getting $8,000 a week. $800 a day and all kind of nonsense.
Yeah, and a carpenter making 30-some. I remember the propaganda. Yeah.
And you running with that. And you on the radio talking about, and the question about property tax, when you have taxes, you know that, Mr. Paul, you have direct and indirect tax. And you have income tax, corporation tax, you have VAT and that kind of thing. You have custom duties and all that. And it is used as a tool, it could be used as a tool for economic management again. Because when you talk about expansionary measures or contractionary measures, you increase taxes, you serve to contract the economy. If you reduce taxes, it means you have more money, people have more disposable income, so it's spread within the economy, the businesses and whatnot. You can generate employment and all. I don't want to get into that. But these are the things, so people need to understand these things and don't let politicians have you people running all about the place talking foolishness. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, morning again, brother.
Yeah, brother. No, I hearing everybody with the geopolitics thing, but we have to remember that there's a bounty on Mr. Maduro's head, right?
Yeah.
So when our Prime Minister and whoever else talking greasy and still want to go in Venezuela to negotiate and these kind of things, are we not thinking that Mr. Maduro might think, hey, these people might look into be cashing on this 50 million in guise of to do a deal for Trinidad?
My brother,
This is why
he contemplates all of that. He still has diplomatic channels with the United States. He's still doing business with the United States simultaneously. They have actually requested a specific person to liaise with because they feel that person is not as harsh as some of the other politicians. Don't get tied up with this thing. Sorry to tell you, it's not easy, bounty on your head and they're still talking with you, They put a bounty on your head, and they're still talking with you,
That is a different kind of human.
The president of Russia is indicted for war crimes. There's currently a war between Ukraine, backed by NATO and America and others. And they just meet in Alaska the other day, and walk together and laugh and smile and talk and discuss issues, and then go back to war, I just saying,
when people talk in war, I just want to ask them what is the weapon of choice and send them straight in front.
Well, I not talking no responsible person. Well, I not talking no war. Nobody responsible talking war in the Caribbean. That is irresponsible. Right? That is, blessings. Because, like you say, I don't have no weapon of choice. Forget that. Kingsley, I have a weapon of choice. Morning. Go ahead, KFC. I know you don't see them short. Morning.
Yeah, we live in. We live in this world. But Maduro, and we go and cut deal. It's all about business. United States of America are still doing business with Venezuela.
Yeah, all now. You feel it easy. They take the man plane. They put bounty on his head. They double the bounty, 50 million. I wonder, the lucky is not Trinidad. KFC for Trinidad. A man done sell him out long time.
Yeah, he got smoke out. He got smoke out in the morning.
He goose cook long time for that 50 million US. First this place trap.
Them said him, but say pray and say that the deal go through because the benefit with Sharon and things to come.
Yeah.
When the deal go through, it's all about business. Them don't understand geopolitics now.
No, well,
we never had this for a world, boy.
It sometimes it's shocking to some people's conscience how deceitful and how this world is. Sometimes it's shocking, and now that we have it in our context in this region and we are faced with it, it may be shocking to some of us, but unfortunately this is the reality. This is what transpires, and this is what I say to us as a people, as Trinbagonians as well. Don't envy the positions that some of our leaders have to take. Don't envy the job that they have to do as well in maneuvering. Hey, look, my brother calling. Morning, brother.
Yeah, morning. I feel you have to sit for the affected people. Because this morning they're going to ask if Kamala recognized, because it's nothing to do. And the fact remains that I don't know if we just pay, but they know Kamala and they recognize Nicolas Maduro. They want you to say yeah, to say see, as a double standard. She don't want the jargon deal, now she want the jargon deal. Now she's saying she recognizes him, man. But when you start being deceitful like politicians now, or you're worse than politicians. It's what half politicians you really are. Because all you know for the last 9 years where Kamala stand with Venezuela, she in power now, she in the seat now, she takes some action, but at the end of the day, you have to bend your back. And digest it. Because as you say, why is Trump and Putin was in Atlanta walking in the red carpet? Russia was bombing Ukraine. The reason why that my president called him is to talk to him and say, and let him know, hey boy, hold up on that war. I saw 7 war. I thought your war would have been the easiest war because we're friends. I like you. I don't want to come after you hard. And today, a month and some days gone, Putin taking the people in Ukraine, targeting hospitals, targeting schools, and
I feel you're mixing up Israel with Russia there. I know if you...
No. I mix up...
Don't mix up Israel and Russia there, you know, because I know that...
No.
I don't know it have those accusations of the targeting of schools and right?
I stay away from Israel, and that's because that is Muslim and wherever warring the Christian Jews or wherever warring the
No, that is not a religion war. No. That is not a religion. That is not a religious war. That is what they might have you think. But nobody accepts that. The vast majority of people in the world do not accept that.
It comes Pakistan and India.
No, it's not.
Muslims in Pakistan, Hindus in India.
No.
Over 100 years, the war in. Over 100 years, Pakistan.
Trust me, it's not that. Just trust me, it's not that. And you could do your research on this side. But finish your point with your partner, Trump.
Right. So, you tell him, over the war, stop telling people. Today, Russia will be under attack by America because all Russia allies from India to the west, who is buying all and things from Russia, Trump is going after them. So he mightn't go after the main target, but he will go wrong. And then the main target, now we have to come back to the table because his legacy is stopping that war there in Ukraine and Russia. But over the years, it's like this year. Duncan Street, war in Nelson Street, it have a borderline. For years they war each other. If one morning you wake up, you see Nelson Street run over across the borderland, run over, kill children, take people, kidnap them, and have them as hostage. I witnessed October the 7th. And the reason why I vexed with the Gaza and the Palestinians and them, for 1 year. But people partying in the desert day. October did, let's wake up a morning, you went by an army base, you went by a government building in Israel, you went by civilian and take the whole people and cry them over in tunnel and have them underground suffering human beings. And I said no. I said, well, then now you show me now I have to take a side. I don't like Israel. I find he want to war everybody. He want to war. He just a war in his own. That the stuff. But the fact remains that I witnessed that you cross the borderline and they went in the people country, the people area, and they take everybody. And now you're trying to think. Now today you make 14 million people in Gaza running for their life. They can't get food, they can't get water, they can't get aid because of this stupid move. These people they make over there, it moves smart. So as I close, You telling me that Kamala must say that she support Nicolas Maduro. Even if she come in the morning to say she support Nicolas Maduro, that is political games. She won the thing, and then maybe realize that this deal must be so, so important for Trinidad and Tobago, and she going ahead. So I wait to see again what is going to come out of that. I know Nicolas Maduro, and you are right, yeah, because America is doing business with Venezuela as I speak to you, but they're doing business in a not like how Joe Biden used to do it, in a more lower scale. They're doing business with because because all countries need all countries. Yeah, when all boil down to the flat thing, all countries need because some country have this, some country have that, and to say that I call that America wants something from Ukraine, I forget in the name at what I call it some days and say that is not so. Joe Biden give Ukraine over $500 billion to fight war against Russia. I was against Russia for invading Ukraine because I believe that 100 years gone, everybody done at the borderline already. You go on to talk about your ancestors or Russia, that this belongs to Russia. And over 100 years, they don't say already, so. It wasn't making no sense for Russia now to go into Ukraine and start a whole conflict. Right now, Russia, right now, China watching Thailand, to go in Thailand. But they wouldn't go in on that jump. So, my brother, this is politics. You have to have a heart. You have to have a strong heart. As you really understand it. All of his friends, all of us as friends, and all of us playing the politics game. It's just a game. It's so sad to say that it's a game of people's life, you know. It's just a game, my brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much as well, Kingsley. I don't try to cross-talk too much as I might be tempted at times when people put forward their positions that I may not disagree with and that facts do not support either. But there is a certain level of understanding of what is taking place in the world. We face it every day. There's greater access to information, and there's also greater ability for misinformation to be shared as well. So we have to grapple to dig to the bottom of issues. The genocide that is taking place in Palestine, if you pay attention and you look not even that deeply into it, you will have a different understanding to just October the 7th and thinking that those actions are what has resulted in what is taking place. But do your research as well. Good morning again, Mr. West. Blessings.
I just want to be short with this thing.
Yeah, feel free.
I am saying that, the discourse over the last couple of days with respect to this geopolitics is very interesting and informative. And I have, decided to do some reading myself.
Right.
And I'm saying sometimes I use the cell phone and all that kind of thing. And I'm saying that some of us, while we have it in practice, we're listening to what is taking place in Trinidad, this dialogue here, the dialogue internationally between CARICOM, Motley, and all these people. You can go to your cell phone and you could pull up those things, international relations, diplomacy, and all that. You read those things so you're enlightened and you develop yourself. You get a better understanding. That's how we learn. I learn from when people come and they talk, whether they talk positive, they talk negative, and what that. The fact remains is that I am in a position to test what they're saying. And either agree or disagree. I go and read. I do, as you told them, do your research. Do some research. You have a cell phone. People talk about it. Go and read. What is diplomacy? So these are the things I could only encourage people because I think the dialogue and the discussion is very, very informative, very instructive, very enlightening, and you could benefit from that. Right?
Yeah.
And I hope people take that
piece of advice, yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you, anyhow.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. West. Yeah. I listen to BBC News. I listen to RT. I listen to Telesur. I listen to Al Jazeera. Then there are independent journalists and others who are in the situations and in those places as well, who can give you first-hand information on it. I take the perspectives from the different parties involved in whatever issue or conflict. It's not, and then you look for historical context to what is taking place. And then you don't look for his story, you look from history from both sides. So it is a volume of work that needs to be done in order for us to truly come with informative information. Yeah, Kingsley, welcome again.
You know, I don't come back in again.
No, feel free, don't get no hours.
Rather say, but I want to tell the opposition, upper leader, stop it, because you say that the government should intervene into the Bedfordshire there. Okay, we know that. As an opposition leader, you have to be strong. Mobilize the so-called, and this is a free advertisement. Advice I'm giving here.
I know what to say. You're giving him free advice.
Yeah. Mobilize your so-called lawyers in the PNM. We know you're not in power. But you shall be done down there already. Go in a meeting with the vendors and them, with your so-called attorney in the PNM, trying to give them some legal counsel and making their lawyers carry the government to court. We'll lose your job, you try something. And to see that you're going to, this is the thing that I don't know who advised you, but to come on the TV about the government, they intervene, that is a sign of weakness. That is a sign of weakness. Every Monday morning, Kamano she go with a loss as a opposition leader, but she carried the government to court. We lose a job, she carried them to court. So again, I know many PNM people is listening. So this morning, Kingsley called in and give them a free advice without assent. Because you have to think, this is a battle. It's a political battle. Thank you very much.
I have better advice for them than that, man. She has some people behind her who make plenty money over the last administrations. Plenty money. Oh, I'm surprised to see how much money they're making all over too. The family and all, big contractors. I didn't know the family was so involved in business, right? And there are others who we know they was involved in business. Just pay off the bill for them now. Pay off the bill for the people and them. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, morning, Prezi. Welcome.
Yeah, man. Good morning, Senator and Tobago. Good morning, God. Omni-existence. Oh, God. Truth. I listened to the program from the beginning to almost the end. I remember you start with money and no problem.
Yeah.
In truth, money is the problem.
Money is the problem.
Yeah, it is. And basically, it is the problem. The problem is the piece of resource that really making evil with.
Yeah, the hearts of men, boy. The hearts of men is the problem, boy. The money is just a tool. The hearts of men.
Yeah, well, you're right there in the sense that as a tool, that tool, according to men, making trouble. Because that is what helps them to cause capitalism and slavery first to begin. Right. So even if we say individual human being, capitalism and slavery being guided by money.
who have plenty, who have little bit. Who greedy to have plenty, and who don't care about who have little bit. All we talking is Venezuela and all this morning. Now we go to Venezuela. The problem is that I watch it as a whole system of society, as a matter of the world, as a matter of fact. But I can't, it can't be trusted. The system can't be trusted no how. I am just a Trinidadian in Trinidad, and this is Trinidad. But I asked myself, in the Caribbean there, who really ruling the situation of this thing between America and Venezuela? Which is Trinidad. I ain't seeing Trinidad. I see in Trinidad as a scapegoat to deal with a matter of a war that somebody wants to put out to get oil in a place. I don't care what nobody tell me. I can see it bold and brave. All who want to tell me about drugs and drugs, one of the greatest countries shipping guns, drugs, all evil situation is America. I don't know what anybody telling me. So I am not playing no duncy head in this society. This society is a very deceitful and deceptive society. It is a brutish and tyrannic leadership that on the top is from the G7, and all now is about 9 because it are 2 that end up when I count them. Well, it are 2 that within the rules of the world. Another 2 that they put in. So, all who talking now, the individual that you looking to see about your survival in your space might be the quicker thing for me to do, because tomorrow could have war, and you could build up how much you want to build up like Jerusalem. I tell you, it's something like Christ say that not a stone will stay standing. And I want to believe the way the world going, like that piece of scripture is a mention to the world that eventually not a piece of thing will stay standing. Life in this life we have here is forever. I don't know who wants forever in this life, but I see all things die. It grows, it lives, and it dies. I expect today, maybe today, maybe next 20 years or 30, I don't know. But all things die. What we have to do is to live the survival of a nice understanding so it could have continuity of the best of life that we could live while we live. Anything else after that, again. And I will pause there for a while, because I say, all who so-called feel that they so they is most hypocrites living in the world, not recognizing we should live with more communication with one another to make it easy for each and every one of us. But no, we rather to live that discord, that life that is thief, is killers, is all of that in God's world. I go rest there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Abubakar, thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. It's each and every one of we have to make it. And if we don't, then as I say, you could dead today, you could dead tomorrow. Nobody come here to live forever. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prezi. And let me just read out of the article, and it quotes the Prime Minister a number of times just to close. I've always said, and I repeat, we are in solidarity with the people of Venezuela, she added, as she was again applauded by ministers. She said that the details of the OFAC license were still to be worked out. God is great. Prasad Bissessa said the Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs have been in touch with their counterparts in Venezuela. She disclosed that some TNT ministers had been doubtful about getting the OFAC license before we went. Minister Sobers and Minister of Energy were very concerned. They didn't think we would get it. And I kept telling them, God is great, and that we will get it. I just didn't know when, she said. This is the Prime Minister being quoted. To get the OFAC license, it was not easy, she said. You may think it happened overnight. It did not. In fact, from day one, when we came into office, we began work on the OFAC license. And we had discussions further with Secretary Rubio on other fields, the law and manatee and the coquina mannequin fields. So we look for further progress on these fields. All right. So exhaustive questions being put to our Prime Minister, and she answered them. So take a look at the daily news, see what is transpiring, and I definitely agree. Despite all, God is great. I would add to it, God is the greatest. We give him thanks and we give him praise for a new day, and let us contribute in whatever way we can to positively drive our society forward. Have a blessed Friday, and God willing, we'll be back on Monday. Take care.
Are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the All the Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and on Friday evenings from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the street 919 FM.